Alright, hey guys, it's me again, and today we're going to talk about these new status changes. Now, some of them are good, some of them are bad. I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown of the elements real fast. I'm not going to go over all of them, just the noteworthy ones, but they did make one blanket change in that if it didn't stack previously, it stacks now. Everything except for void and heat stacks. So hey, remember that one thing we told DE specifically not to do with impact? Well, they did it. Impact is the new blast, as it applies knockdowns and staggers and can be instantly refreshed. So you can make enemies dance now. Viral now buffs the damage to health on the target instead of having their health for a short duration, which is good because that means you can't go backwards on your DPS now. However, the bonus damage applies to all sources, meaning you can buff the damage of your own damage over time procs like Slash. Gas no longer deals toxin damage when procced, it deals actual gas damage now, so it doesn't bypass shields. Corrosive is actually better now, since it can't completely strip armor. That means you won't lose your bonus anymore when you strip all the armor of an enemy, so that's really good. Electric is very similar to gas now, as it actually has a duration and deals damage over time. Paired with the old gas, I would say this would be bonkers, and is probably the most underrated damage type of this update. Magnetic is actually situational now, not useless, with the addition of enemy shield gate and shield drones being able to give the enemies all their shields back instantly. But its best pairing is with Viral, so only a few weapons can really take advantage of it. Radiation, on top of confusing the enemies, also buffs their damage, so they can actually kill each other now, especially if they get a slash proc and you pair Radiation with Viral. That enemy's going down. However, I kind of wish that instead of dealing extra damage to allies, the target took extra damage from allies, which would pair really nicely with Viral. And Blast no longer has knockdown anymore. Instead, it lowers the enemy's accuracy, which is good for fast players and Gauss. So out of those new changes, you'd think that Viral Heat would be the new meta, right? Well, not quite. Viral is a sort of a case-by-case basis, sort of like gas previously was. And the general rule of thumb for Viral is if the weapon's main source of damage is damage over time, i.e. this weapon needs 100 munitions or some form of damage over time to be even viable, then 100% Viral is better than Corrosive. Other than that, Corrosive is still the best option. So I'm going to show you a few examples here. I got my Kuva Kraken here. This is the build I'm running. I do have a Riven, a multi-shot crit chance Riven on this thing. But just to show you, with Corrosive, takes out that enemy no problem. Now if I go ahead and swap this to Viral, and then try to do the same thing on that same enemy, not quite. Try one more time and get closer, because maybe damage fall off happened. No. Viral's just not the best option here. Now here's an example of the opposite happening. I have the Velt here. My Velt with a standard hybrid build. I do have a Riven. That gives me crit chance, crit damage, and cold. And I'm running Corrosive Cold here. And you see, it's doing okay damage. It's chipping away with the 100 munitions procs. Right? But when I switch to Viral, this thing becomes a monster, as you can see. So, in this case, since I was able to buff my own damage procs with the Viral, and since it's my main source of damage because the weapon itself doesn't do a whole lot of damage, Viral is the best option for this weapon. Last example here, the Kuva Hind. The Kuva Hind is actually slash based, but I'm going to run Corrosive and Heat here. Oh, got some lag there. Right, and I have 55 shots left. Now I'm going to switch over to Viral. So now I have Viral and Heat. Now I have 45 shots left. But I did miss a burst because of the new impact changes that makes the enemy dance. So let's call it 50 shots. I have 50 shots left. So that's still one burst more than the Corrosive build. So even though this weapon is slash based, Corrosive is still better on this weapon than Viral. So again, it's just to show you, it is a case-by-case basis thing, just like gas was. Now let's talk about going over 100% status chance. Honestly, this is such a simple change. I didn't even realize, like, it seems like it will do nothing, but this is huge for status. When you go over 100% status chance, this gives you a chance to proc additional statuses. So for this example, I'm going to be running Excalibur, and I have a lot of power strength for Chromatic Blade, and Chromatic Blade, this actually got changed. It doesn't increase base status anymore. This is just so works the same way like a normal status chance mod would now. Because about yesterday or the day before, you could actually hit 800% status chance on this thing. As you can see, I have a 1044% status chance increase. That's because the base status of Exalted Blade was changed from, what, it was like 10 or something to 15 now. So instead of hitting 800%, I hit 200%. So you're going to see that such a simple change is extremely powerful for status. It was such a simple change, but it's extremely effective. And what this means for status is that you don't have to worry about proc coefficients anymore. So no more worrying about what status has priority and what doesn't anymore. If you can hit over 100% status chance, fuck it. It's going to proc them both. And since every status stacks now, that means that you're going to reach the maximum effects of that status nearly instantly. Now, what does this mean for melee? That means that Weeping Wounds is fucking insane. In fact, it is so good right now that it makes even the dual skana decent. I put 3 forma on this dual skana, right? Because with Weeping Wounds, melee can easily go over 100% status chance. Instead of showing you one Corrupted Heavy Gunner, I'm going to show you 8 of them. Actually, I'm going to swap off Excalibur because he gives a buff to swords. Look at that damage, though. And remember, this is the dual skana. The dual skana is doing this. Also, those impact procs make it very easy to get ground slams. Or ground finisher, excuse me. This is the dual skana that's doing this. It's not even bad anymore, right? This thing has a base status chance of 16%. So now on some melee builds, you're gonna wanna consider what you're gonna leave out for Weeping Wounds. Though some weapons kill fast enough to where they don't need Weeping Wounds, like a good example of that is Tonfas. They just kill so fast that Weeping Wounds doesn't make them any better at all. But normally in my hybrid builds, I would throw Prime Fever Strike where Weeping Wounds is right now. But with the new status changes, I'm not so sure anymore. So this is a viral Zonakana. Got base 20% crit chance, base 20% status chance. We're gonna go fight 8 level 165 heavy gunners. And we're going to take them out with ease. So yeah, those are the status changes. They're really good. Well, some of them are better than others, like the impact and the gas changes are awful, personally. I don't know why we'd want to have fucking knockdowns in our IPS. Nor do I understand why gas just doesn't deal toxin anymore, because it's actually like the worst damage type in the game. And it's only good on infested now. But hey, at least electric is actually decent now. And blast no longer gives knockdown. It actually does something that's really good for faster players that like to parkour around everywhere. So that's nice. But yeah, anyway guys, so I'm splitting like this video into like a couple parts because there's a lot of changes in this update, and it would be too long if I fit it all in one video. So shotguns are getting their own video, Garuda's getting her own video, amps might be getting their own video, as well as I have a very interesting collab video on the way. But anyway guys, that's all from me. I want to thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.